there are so many people, Ocho and Joe, that used to call, that used to text.
Yeah.
I ain't heard from them since this happened. I don't wish this on anybody. But what it did do is it really showed me who's really, really there. When things were going well, when we were at the apex and getting invited to everything, I'm talking about ain't called. And I'm talking about we were talking once a month, twice a month.
Right.
And I'm looking at the chat. Everybody say Stephen A. No, I will say this.
Shannon Sharpe talks about fake friends and Stephen A. Smith. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
You know, when you, Joe, you know what I'm saying? You know, you driving, you just spend a lot of time. You know, I've had a lot of time to think because, you know, my grandma used to say, boy, she said, you either walking into the storm, you in the storm, or you walking out of it.
Yes, sir.
You say everybody going through something, son.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Come on now.
Boy. And when you in that storm, when you in the eye of the storm, the eye of the storm dropped down in New Orleans, Katrina. That was the eye.
Yeah.
Boy, you don't know if it's ever. Like, when is this going to be over? How much longer?
Man, hello.
Where do I go? When does it end? What
Yeah. Hey.
But
the eye of the storm could be out.
Ocho, I read a quote many, many years ago. It said, a lesson that's not learned in blood is destined to be repeated. I had a conversation with my brother probably about 2 months ago. And he called me. And I said, well, you know, he knew what was going on because I called him and told him or her the time. And then something else came out. And then something else came out. And then something else came out. Then ESPN came out. He said, Shannon, there's a lesson in here somewhere. For you to be going through what you're going through, there is a lesson. It's on you to figure it out.
Yeah.
I said, man, I sure wish he said, you know what? He said, no, that's not the plan. He said that if you knew what it was, you would circumvent the lesson.
Right. No, that's true. You got to go through a situation. You can't turn this way and that way and try to avoid it. Ultimately, if it's something you have to go through, hopefully it's not going to end your career. What Shannon's going through now is something that he put himself through. Yeah, the female allegedly probably didn't tell the truth. Who knows? But at the end of the day, any type of allegation like that, if you're in Shannon Sharpe's shoes, it's going to mess you up. He's lost plenty of jobs with major networks throughout the years due to allegations. CBS, Fox, and now ESPN. So if you're Shannon, yeah, it sucks. People could allegedly lie on you and it could ruin you, but you got to take accountability. You can't be like, well, all the people that been contacting me, they're not hitting me up anymore. They're not reaching out. So hopefully Shannon learned his lesson and he can move forward.
He said, no, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He said, you'll figure it out. Yeah. And people, when y'all see me, I don't want y'all to have the wrong impression. But I'm just very guarded now. I'm very, very guarded. I was always on alert, but I'm on high alert because I really don't know who I can really trust.
No, that's true, but you should have been on this type of timing. Yeah, I get it. For the most part, you don't really see Shannon like that out and about. Maybe a couple Lakers games, him reaching out to his king, LeBron James, giving him hugs. But other than that, you're not going to see Shannon Sharpe like that, going out there crazy. But, you know, behind the scenes, everybody like to have their fun. Everybody like to mingle and mix it up with people. But if you're Shannon Sharpe, bro, you put yourself in a terrible situation. This young chick ran some game on you, probably put it on you, and you was all over the place. So you kind of got caught up. You were talking spicy, but you got to realize that you could be recorded at any given moment. You can be filmed at any given moment, and you kind of let yourself go. So Shannon, man, be careful out there. Yeah, you can be guarded and all that stuff, but eventually another chick, she going to come around the corner. But how you going to deal with that situation now? So you got to learn from that.
Because what I've seen over the last 6 months, there are very few people that you can actually trust.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Very, very, very few.
Man.
And there are people that said some things, and it's gotten back to me. But I was like, wow.
Yeah. And
you remember we had this conversation, Ocho, about being down, and then people feel like they can pile on.
Yeah.
But I'm just very I'm very matter of fact. Hey, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. I'm going about I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I'm on my way because I don't want people. Yeah, I had a conversation and Jeff, because if you stay too long, Ocho, the more people, and this is what I had to learn, and somebody told me this. They say, Shannon, the more people you become involved with, the more stories there is to be told.
Yeah, and it's not just the more people that you're involved with. All it takes is that right one, not the wrong one, because that right one either going to be a great situation for you or it's going to be a nightmare. It could cost you your job. It can cost you your livelihood. So quantity is one thing, but quality means a lot. Yeah, you can, have fun. You go on a date here and there. You got to find your right person. Got to see who you're compatible with. But you can't go out there meeting some random young chicks at a gym allegedly and then think it's going to be a dream situation. So if you're Shannon Sharpe, again, act like you're always being recorded. Act like, people are always trying to run game on you. Kind of got to be guarded at a certain point, but you got to be smart too. So if you're Shannon Sharpe, kind of know who you're meeting. Try to go for a high quality situation, not just some young thing that look good that can possibly ruin you. Shannon Sharpe can't take another L. This could ruin him forever.
Circle got to be crazy small.
The more people you're involved with, Shannon, the more stories there are to be told. I didn't know what was going to happen. I appreciate you, Ocho, because you're like, hey, when you text me, Unc, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Whatever we got to go through, we going through it. You ain't by yourself.
And that's crazy because at one point, Shannon was going off on Ocho. I guess Ocho was late a couple times, and he was going through a public lashing on Nightcap. I don't know if they were just running content, getting the views up, but at one point, Ocho was that punching bag to Shannon Sharpe. Every now and then, Shannon kind of gets a little weird with him, but during that time, before the allegations and whatever, Ocho was definitely getting chastised by Shannon Sharpe on live television, on the internet. For a lot of points over the last year, Ocho, he been going through it, kind of going through that verbal back and forth with Shannon Sharpe. So Shannon's really the one that's been unprofessional with these allegations, with his name being dirtied up in the media. It kind of put Nightcap in a bad situation. But Ocho, he's loyal. He gonna stand on business and salute to Ocho. Even though Shannon been acting weird with you from time to time, he's still holding it down and he's still by your side.
Wheels fall the off. You gave me opportunity.
There are so many people, Ocho and Joe,
where I'm going,
that used to call, that used to text.
Yeah.
I ain't heard from them since this happened.
But that's all right, though. That's all right, though.
Man, please.
Yeah, keep it moving, baby.
Maybe this is what, I don't wish this on anybody. But what it did do is it really showed me who's really, really there.
Right.
Yeah, of course, situations like this, you'll know who's on your side, but Shannon, you can't make yourself seem like the victim right now. Yeah, you got finesse. Yeah, you got played by some young thing, and it is what it is. You got to take your licks, but you can't act like you're this victim that, you didn't meet this person on your own will. You weren't talking spicy. Unfortunately, you were being recorded, and allegedly game was being ran on you, and you got finesse. So, yeah, I get it. People may kind of step away from you, even people that you know on mainstream TV, mainstream media, or people behind the scenes that you were in communications with, but all of a sudden those text messages and calls get dry. So it ain't just you being the victim. People ain't got to reach out to you. Your main core, your family, your good friends, and that's it. You can't expect everybody to support you, especially when you put yourself in these situations.
There are a lot of people on the peripheral. When things were going well, when we were at the apex and getting invited to everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about ain't called. And I'm talking about, we were talking once a month, twice a month.
Right. Are we going to come back?
But I see.
Yeah, and I think about too, Unc and Joe, you had to think about, Unc, what you had to go through. I've been in the eye of that storm too now. Big time in front of the world.
Yeah.
So I had to take my licks. I had to
you gotta.
And I had, hey, Joe, but them calls stop. Ain't heard from nobody. My circle was always small. So my same circle was right there. to lift me up, but I already knew I was finna sit for a minute.
Yeah.
For a long time, Joe. It was quiet for maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, you know how long 6 years is?
Yeah, 6 years, man. Ocho, he was going through it at one point. The Dolphin situation didn't work out. He had a situation with his chick allegedly, and that kind of dirtied his name up in the media and just random things here and there. So Ocho, he really bounced back. Those 6 years were tough for him, but with his personality, with his likeness, a lot of people still rock with him, and he was able to, get on podcasts and kind of build up his name. And being on Nightcap, it did take him to the next level media-wise. So shout out to Ocho for standing strong in the paint, especially when it was stormy outside.
Hell yeah.
Nothing coming. No, nothing. You just, and then here we go. You give me an opportunity, while everything is back going, motion is going good.
Yeah.
And then you think I had a nerve to jump ship just because you going through what I had to go through years ago. What is going? I know it. I know what it's like.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the chat. Everybody say Stephen A. No, I will say this. Stephen A has called me and been there every step of the way. I will say that. I will say Stephen A have reached out. He's called, asked me anything. Juvie, he's like, man, Juvie just wanted to say, hey, that's his boy. He just wanted to say, hey, you good? Hey, you good? I'm good.
Hey, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Perception-wise, it looked like Stephen A. Smith took a step back, and I think he knew a lot of information going on with your business at ESPN. He said a little things here and there. You know how Stephen A. Smith does. He'll say, I'm not going to speak on it. It's none of your business, but at the same time, he's going to release certain parts of the information, and then eventually a statement will be made. But let's be real. Stephen A. Smith knew what was going on before Shannon knew what was going on. Stephen A. Smith is privy to information. He knows all the bosses and execs at ESPN and Disney, so he pretty much knew the writing was on the wall for Shannon, but I don't think he really told Shannon that much information, in my opinion, or maybe he did, but hey, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Looks like he was showing love to Shannon throughout this whole situation.
I'm good. Look, I know a lot of people say a lot of things about Stephen A. All I can attest to is the way Stephen A. is with Shannon. And he's been great because when I went through what I was going through at Fox, he was there. Mm-hmm. When I was going through he was calling anything I can do. What can I do? I won't get into private conversations that we have because that's between he and I.
Right.
But there are a lot of other people, a lot. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of the parcel of land. There were a few, quite a few. But you know what? I've been down before. This public lashing and ridicule and scorn and humiliation.
Been there.
Take your lumps. But it took me a while to realize, like, hold on. You call the people that you're closest to. Mm-hmm. Brother, mom, sister, kids, best friend, Bucket Burns. You explain to them what? They say, bro, we good. Once I got to that, Ocho, you and I talked about this. Mm-hmm. Man, look, it is what it is. I'm gonna be all right.
I ain't even want to hear it. We good.
Sunshine follows rain.
What time the next show?
Right.
Hey Joe, that's all I want to know. What time is the next show?
That is exactly.
And that's what it is, man. Again, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Guess he's supporting Shannon Sharpe behind the scenes. And Ocho, the real one that's standing in the paint with you with all the allegations, with all the alleged stuff that could have came out with that civil case. Thankfully, it didn't come out for Shannon's sake because I think that would have been a nail in the coffin if those visuals got put out there. But either way, the whole public lashing Shannon Sharpe said he's going through, again, you were putting Ocho through the same situation, the humiliation ritual when he was late and all that stuff. I get it. Yeah, you wanted to publicly let the people know, we're late, we apologize, but you didn't have to put Ocho through this. And now you got a taste of your own medicine in a bigger way. So it's unfortunate. Not rooting on the downfall of Shannon. I rock with Shannon, even though I got my comments about him. Mainly trolling and jokes with the whole let Shannon Sharpe and Klutch Sports plant, but he has a good platform, good content, and hopefully he can stay on his feet. No more step backs. No more missteps. You got to stay locked in if you're Shannon Sharpe. So no more BSing around, meeting the wrong people, vet out everybody, act like you're being recorded at all times. Don't say anything that you wouldn't want the people to hear because it can get misinterpreted and misconstrued. And all of a sudden, you're in a different situation. So again, Shannon, you can't expect everybody to rock with you. That really isn't your homie. If people only knew you because of the content you were putting out and they were supporting you when the numbers were good, those are the people that are kind of like, here with you today, gone tomorrow. People like Ocho, your family, your kids, your homies from way back. Those are the people that really count, not the people that you met when you were turning up with the Cat Williams interview and all that good stuff. Those people are fly by night. The people who are with you is family and homies that's been locked in. So again, shout out to Shannon. No more stupid mistakes and keep handling your business.